questions from my friends, and we can just record for them. Okay, yes, it will be better.
Okay. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen. So now we started, really. But you have to start every second, in fact. Huh?
Yes. Sure.
But yes.
How did it happen that 31 years ago God appeared?
Yeah, he appeared, to use that word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a word.
It's a word that we use, but he came into my life. Mm-hmm. He suddenly interrupted. He touched me in my dressing room. I was an actor, a theater maker and puppeteer, and I played 20 years all my performances from the beginning in a little puppet theater. So I was really hidden in a theater, in a puppet theater, and playing with little puppets. Mm-hmm. So you could not see me. I was behind the screen, behind the curtain, and I played the story for the children, but also for adults in the evening. And this is the beginning of a story of these hidden men behind the screen who became finally the young man. Because I was always hidden in this little, how you call it, theater. Mm-hmm. But of course I was also wanted to be myself in it also, not only sitting behind, because it's my idleness to be also in the picture. Mm-hmm. But not only that, because I thought that it would be maybe very nice if you could see the puppeteer playing with the puppets, so that in fact the puppets became he, but his voices, his inner world, that he could have also a relation with them. Mm-hmm. So in the evening performance on one Friday evening, I played always for adults, improvisations. It was a very beautiful theater in the ground. It was like catacomb theater. And it was in a house for the poor, where the poor could, in early times, could have every day 1 cup of soup. Mm-hmm. And in this in the ground room, there were some very big, where you put in soup, very big kazans.
Yes.
Kazan, eh?
In Greek, it's kasaruli.
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 Yes. But kazan means also pot.
Yes.
Well, a very too big, very pot from copper.
Yes.
And they made soup for the poor. And this place became in the years, finally these pots were gone, and then this room, and the house became a house for the art. People could expose their paintings and things, but in the ground there was still this room, and I could rent it for some little money, and I made a little theater in it. Understand? Mm-hmm. And very beautiful. It was very, very beautiful. And I played always for children there on Wednesday, but in the Friday evening, this was my day, Friday evening, 9 o'clock, I played for the adults. Mm-hmm. And then I played improvisations. I thought about it during the day. What shall I play? And then I spoke some words before the performance and said, okay, I got to play about this and this theme. And then I will try. And the adults, they were sitting on little cushions and benches, very, very, very nice. Mm-hmm. Under the ground, very beautiful. This big wooden, we call it.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
It was very old.
Yes.
And then one Friday evening, I I thought, okay, I can maybe put away the curtain. So during the performance, I made it loose and it fell down. And then they saw, they could see me sitting on a little stool playing with the puppets. And then the puppets could also see me.
Yes.
Hey, who are you? So that appeared suddenly another dimension, another. And so from this place, the young man was, let's say, born, but in the story. And I didn't know that God was already behind it.
Yes.
Later, when my life with Christ started, I could more and more understand that already there was the beginning. Because it started in a very little theater, but finally God brought it to the world. He brought it to the reality. Because the same man that I played, I became. You understand what I mean?
Yes, and you wrote this play yourself.
I wrote all the plays myself, and I played them also alone. But it was the young man. He could have a name, but I didn't give him a name. The young man who was searching. I was Catholic from my youth, but I left the Catholic Church in my 22, 23 years. And then I became more and more connected with some Eastern philosophy. So I lost the church. Inside me, Christ I didn't lose, but as the Son of God, it became more and more like hidden. So in the Eastern philosophy, the people are not seeking for God, they are seeking for themselves, for the inner, in a certain inner state of self, or a state of being, state of I am. So there is no God. In fact, they become like, maybe you could say, oh, now I found something divine in myself.
Nirvana, something.
The nirvana and all the other words that they gave it. But Christ, who is really Christ, was not in it. But very, very, very more deeply, he was there, because I wanted to become a priest as a young man, but it didn't happen. God did not want me to become priest, but to become actor. And the actor, the puppeteer, he was searching. And so it happened that through all these performances, because they became bigger, I played finally in the theater, in the big theaters, as a one-man show, not really, but as a one-man performance. And the first really performance that I made was The Mother and the Fool. Moeke en de Dwaas. The Mother and the Fool. The Mother and the Fool. And the fool was indeed a man dressed as a monk, but with the trunk, because the puppets finally they went into the trunk. You know what is the trunk? A coffer, a big coffer.
Okay.
This was the image of a man dressed as a monk who walked through the world with this big coffer, and in the coffer there was the family. In the family that were the puppets, the figures, the king, the witch, all kind of puppets that was he himself, but more innerly, more. And the way I found to play, people liked it very much. So The Mother and the Fool became really a success. Not to say it, but it is the story. I cannot. It became really, and I played it in fact everywhere. They wanted, yeah. And so slowly this theater became my playing way of searching. So I played what I searched. Or, it was like a mirror of my own heart. It was like some critics said, Jozef, he has made his heart bigger, open. So as if you could look into the heart of some man who is searching, and I played it in images. And so on. But I didn't know that God was all the way behind it, inspiring it, helping it, also giving difficulties and all the things that you need to become humble, because you become proud, and then God, now he's becoming proud.
Yes.
That's not what I want. So chuck, and so you understand, you fall,
Yes.
but you can learn from it, and so on and so on and so on. And then I met my wife, Hansje, my wife. She became also. She did not play, but she helped me with the set, with the decor. She could beautiful. Sue she had a beautiful impression of the cloth and the costumes, and so this became very beautiful. You can see on YouTube. You can see some films.
I saw them.
You saw them?
I didn't understand nothing,
Dutch.
anything,
Oh, you
but
looked
they're
at
in Dutch. But I watched. Yes, it was great.
You can see it is really
You-
some puppetry, but making bigger,
Yes.
as if indeed something is, yeah. And the man I play, he was
Yes.
also with the children.
But I saw with children, but I saw that you give all your heart, all you to these children, all you.
It is true.
Yes.
I could thank God. It worked. It really worked. And I would have played until now because I loved it very much. And it was only the only thing I could. It was the only thing I could. My father wanted me to become doctor, to go to university. But I went to the theater school. But 1 year only, because finally I met a woman and I followed her. And it was Ruth. And she made my first puppetry. She made it from where you put in the grain, like grain sacks. Jute.
Yes.
Jute. You know it.
It's like we call it Utah in Italian, so I don't know how to call it in English.
I understood.
And she made the first, what do you call it?
Stand.
The tent around the wooden sticks. That is the puppetry. And later, when it started here, and to think about what has happened, I realized suddenly, oh my God, Ruth is also in the Bible. She is the woman of the grain. Because always when I open the coffer to take out the cloth, I smell grain. So it is really, these are all little, like details, but they are in God's hand like weaving, like a weaver, making something.
Some beautiful picture.
Some beautiful, but hidden. You cannot see it. You don't see the connection.
Yes.
I also have said God made it underwater, so you cannot see it, but He will take out the plump, and then the water will sink. Hey, and then you see it. Hey, oh, now I see this. Oh, look, like this. This is happening, and we are in it. He creates it, but we are his not puppets, but we are his creatures that he loves, and he wants us to find him, of course, and to be with him. And he wants us to become like him. He wants us to become saint. That's the only thing God wants.
We talk about this. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
For now, I just have a name, not a saint.
But of course, that is the biggest work man can do.
Indeed.
It is the struggle of all struggles. And you cannot say, I am saint. Finally, I became today the saint.
If you say it, you're not.
So you have to find your sins. And the more you find your sins and regret, the more you become saint. So you have to go, in fact, the other way. Yeah. Saint Silouan, who I love very much, you know him.
Yes.
He is my really father.
Mm-hmm.
His other father, like Father Porphyrius too, and Saint Nectarius and so. But Father Saint Silouan, he is really the father of the humbleness, humility, and of this incredible struggle that he had. So he went so deep into this being with God that it's always very, very beautiful to read his words, because they are really so like balsam for the soul. He's always so comforting from deep experience. Yes. But indeed, his word is like the word of Christ. Love your enemy. That is his teaching. Therefore, I think he is really very important for us now, in these times. I think really God has it also. Yeah. He's very important, I think. He prayed, "O Lord, may all the peoples of the earth come to know thee by thy Holy Spirit." So he prayed, in fact, "Lord, not only me, but all the peoples of the earth." And he is a Russian. So he is very important. He is the Father that is loves the world, loves all men. And that we need now to see that, in fact, we are all, God's children. We don't need to be, only that. And therefore, he is very important in my life now. But there I didn't know him. And I was Catholic raised, and the church I left. I became more Eastern, more Eastern related. And I was very serious with that. With my wife, we were in a group, and we had a beautiful farm. We bought it together. We worked in it. Very serious, very, very integral, you call it. Sometimes every weekend, 2 weeks weekend, we were there. We had discussions. We had all kinds of exercises.
Spiritual exercise? Spiritual?
Like, yes, meditations and so on. Okay. It was about Gurdjieff. Gurdjieff, he was an Armenian, but it was more esoteric.
Russian Gurdjieff.
Gurdjieff. Okay. Finally, I understood that Gurdjieff means divine guru. Guru Jieff.
Yes. I see.
And
Guru
then.
Why you are guru?
But I heard this on Montatos from a monk. Gurdjieff, it means divine guru, Jozef. It's okay, yes. So you see, it's all hidden, but finally, everything will become clear. But he was in his way searching, and I wanted to follow his teaching.
He was attractive.
He was attractive. It was like working on yourself. That was very attractive.
Cool. Yes.
To work on yourself, that you try to change, to don't express your negative emotions. But for example, was one of his topics. But there was not really Christ in it, or God in it.
Who is behind?
Who is behind? Who is the love? That is the finally biggest happening, of course, in my life, that suddenly Christ himself said, Jozef.
When you became disappointed in Gurdjieff, it happened also suddenly. You noticed that it's not true. What is he saying? What he says? Yes. How it's appeared that you began to understand that he's not right.
It happened through the meeting God gave.
In the meeting, you came to meeting and you understood that it's not.
After the meeting, I could more and more understand that the teaching of Gurdjieff is not true.
Just it was inside.
Because I saw that the experience God gave me was not what we seek in the Gurdjieff. It's like if I would have told this experience in the group, then people could not have related with that. It was completely another. So, because I played the performance that I played at that moment was Waited Long Enough. Waited Long Enough, that was the title. Enough Waiting. So it is really a title that evokes maybe some, enough waiting, Jozef? Are you sure? But I wrote that play for my dying brother. I had my brother Alois, he was a doctor.
Yes.
But he himself became sick by a tumor in his head. And he was going to die. He said, Jozef, I am the sickest patient of my whole practice. I'm sure I go die, because they operated him one time. But then it came back. And he said, no, there is no cure for me. I will sure die. And he died also. That was in 1988. But then I had to make a new performance, because I had really theater. I had technicians, a manager, all the things, big van, all the materials. And so we needed really to gain some money to have 4 or 5 families to feed. And we lived myself in a very beautiful house near the river. It was all really very beautiful, very, very beautiful. Not expensive beautiful, but really the image was really beautiful. And I lived there then with my wife and my 4 children, or our 4 children, 3 daughters and 1 son. And then my brother, he became sick. And then I had this idea. I met an actor, a Belgian actor, Julian Schoenaerts. He is a very famous actor. He died already now. But we had a beautiful talk together. And then he said, Jozef, let us play something together, you and me. And all the Belgians will come. And then he proposed to play Waiting for Godot. You know? No.
You know? Okay.
Waiting for Godot is a very famous play of Beckett.
Okay.
Samuel Beckett. He wrote Waiting for Godot.
Okay.
It's about 2 vagabonds waiting near a little tree for Godot. Godot it's written, he is someone who promised to the vagabonds to come. And they expect everything from him. And they say, if he comes, we are saved. Saved? Say the other, what do you mean? Oh, we can sleep. We can sleep warm. Okay, yes. So there are all kinds of what you say layers, all kinds of niveaus, dimensions. And Beckett, he wrote, it's also very nihilistic, but the vagabonds are very intriguant. What are they doing? They are waiting only waiting near this little tree, very poor tree. Finally, it has 3 leaves, so it is living, but they are waiting. And sometimes they say, okay, let's go. And then the others say, no, we cannot go. Why not? We are waiting for Godot. Oh, yes. Okay. You sure he will come? Yes, of course he will come. So it's really, in the beginning, it was a shock in Paris when this play was played, because they are only waiting. What are we looking at? But then they started to understand there's something in it, and it had a certain beauty. And this actor, Julien, he said, Jozef, we can do, you are Estragon, and I'm Vladimir. No, you are Vladimir. We already started to become the vagabond. But then I thought by myself, no, I need to follow my own work, my own line, my own search. And I don't go to play a play of him. I wrote until now myself my plays. And then my brother, he was sick, going to die. And then it came to me, the idea, enough waiting Beckett. Let's go, we let Godot come. Understand? Because my brother, he cannot wait any longer. So I was like, not believing, searching for help in the figure of Godot. Like a prayer, but not really to the God that say, Lord, help my brother. Please. No, I had this figure of Godot who promised to come. And I say, okay, Beckett, enough waiting. And I inspired in my thoughts Godot to write enough waiting Beckett, Godot self, to write it. Understand? And then my young man, he became his actor in my thoughts. And so I developed this play in the beginning together with Julien, but he became sick. He had some problems. And then I didn't dare anymore to continue with him. And I stopped that process. And then finally I had myself enough waiting Beckett. And then the actor, because it's about an actor, the play, it's about an actor waiting in a little theater for the writer. So there is a play, he knows that, and he has to play it. But he doesn't know the play. So he is invited by the writer to come there, and then I will read it to you. And then you have to decide whether you do it or not. Understand? And so it was very beautiful that the actor is waiting in a theater where are only 12 chairs standing on a tribune, so only 12 spectators can look in that theater. So you see a little theater, very poor little theater, but we have the big theater with maybe 800 people in beautiful chairs. There are only 12 wooden chairs standing on a little tribune. So it were the 12 I didn't say it loudly, but for my hidden thoughts, it were the 12 apostles. But I found it also very dangerous. So I said maybe 13, maybe 14 shares. But at the end I choose, no, It has to be 12 chairs. And there, the actor is waiting. It was very beautiful. Waiting to read, together with the writer, the text.
Yes.
But in the theater, when he enters the theater, there is music. It was a Stabat Mater of Vivaldi, which is about the Holy Mother who is crying at the cross. So it was, in fact, hidden. It was the theater from the Holy Mother of God, where she weeps, where she cries. And the 12 empty chairs. So it was like, I didn't realize it so deeply at that moment, but it came all to me. You understand?
Yes.
We found this music in a house that I rent for my brother in Belgium for his last summer. And his wife found also in a trunk the disc of this Stabat Mater of Vivaldi. And she said, "Oh, look, how is it possible? Everywhere I'm looking for this music, I cannot find it. And now here we find it." So God really, he said, okay. He was preparing. And so and then she gave me a little tape of this music. And with this music, on the one side I had Pergolesi, the other side I had Vivaldi. I was constantly the same music I was writing, waiting long enough about Godot to come. But behind Godot, I didn't realize, was already Christ. But he helped me with the name Godot to let him come. Yeah. But in my idea of that moment, in my thoughts of that moment, you are yourself, you are Godot. Because that is the Buddhism. In fact, you are the Buddha. Say the Buddha. You have only to become the Buddha. But Christ do not say you are the Christ. Yes. So there is really a relation, not only with yourself, but with Him. Yes. This is the biggest incredible fact, that He is really there. But he had in my life, he had still to appear. He allowed me to search. I become Godot, because finally, the actor, waiting in the theater, nobody is coming, and the music is going on, Holy Mother crying, and then suddenly you see there is light behind the window, where is the technician in the theater, this little theater. So there was less, so like when you go in a theater, you see above the chairs, there is always a window. Where is the technique? Where is the light? Man of the light. And then he shouts, "Hello, is there somebody?" And then he puts out the music. "Okay, thank you, sir. Is she not coming? I'm waiting already half an hour, and we had 9 o'clock. With no answer. But finally he become angry. He insult him even. And then he puts out all the light. And then he's in the dark. Yeah. "Oh, forgive me that I was so rude to you. Forgive me, please." And then he gives back the light. "Oh, you have a lot of forgiveness." So it starts to be someone who is there. He cannot see him, but he acts. And so I wrote this play. And then he asked, "Do you know maybe, sir, who I have to play? What is my role?" He starts to ask him. "Maybe you know, or he told you maybe." He's so curious because he met him in a cafe. We call this in Holland, we call this name is the Strohalm, which is we know immediately the Strohalm, it is the last straw. The last straw. The last straw, it means the last you can grab. Yes. Your last chance. Yes. in fact, the chance.
Mm-hmm.
But he was sitting there, and there he met this writer, he said. So, and then he said, do you know maybe my role? And then he puts on a little light in a little dressing room that is there in the theater between the coulisses.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a costume of a vagabond.
Mm-hmm.
Vagabond is people without house.
Yes.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know how to say it in English.
Mm-hmm.
And finally he looks this costume, and finally he puts it on.
Mm-hmm.
And he becomes the vagabond, because later in the performance his own clothes are gone. He cannot come back. He cannot go back anymore. So it was really slowly he becomes the man himself. But finally, at the end of the performance, he is sitting on a chair in the air. He's going up.
Mm-hmm.
He finally he found the text.
Mm-hmm.
It is in a very desperate moment that it seems that he's going to die,
Mm-hmm.
but at the very end, and there is no any more possibility of escape,
Mm-hmm.
suddenly the text appeared. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
finally, he said, finally the text, finally I will know where this play is about, who I have to do, what I have to say, and so on and so on. And he opens the text, and then he reads, to his big confusion, he reads, hello, is there somebody? He reads the text from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he reads, in fact, his life. You understand? And so he's sitting there in the air, and then he said, okay, but how will this play then end? And he seeks in the text, and he finds indeed this moment. He comes in the moment of his own moment. How will this play then end? And then it is said the chair go down again, and he go down.
Mm-hmm.
And then he starts to do the last pages as they are written. Understand?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he becomes, in fact, the writer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He becomes, in fact, Godot. He finds another costume, beautiful hat, beautiful dress, beautiful coat, beautiful shoes. So the vagabond becomes Godot.
Mm-hmm.
Understand?
Mm-hmm.
This was my way, my solution.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And in this beautiful clothes, with a glass of wine, he is sitting then. The 12 chairs have disappeared. And instead of the 12 chairs, there's a beautiful tree with flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And he's sitting in paradise with the glass of wine. As if, he became, it was the Eastern solution of the problem.
Yes. Indeed.
And always I was sitting there. Then I have 2 hours played, huh?
Yes.
Go from one to another scene, all kinds of scenes, and then from Vagabond finally finding Godot, becoming Godot, and in the dressing room of the Vagabond was a glass of water, and in the dressing room of Godot there was a glass of wine. So I changed water, even, God forgive me, I changed water in wine, and I knew, Jozef, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You are doing some very big things, but it happened like it. And every time when I was sitting under the tree, and all the people's, let's say 500, 600, 700 people watching me sitting under the tree like a Buddha, like a Godot, like me, like, let's say I am.
Mm-hmm.
I felt, Jozef, it's not right. Something is not right in this. Is this really true? Who are you? You are nothing. Sitting here. Who are you? But people liked it and so on, and it was for my brother. But for my brother also, I wanted to play something true. Because he said, Jozef, I'm going to die. Is there a God? Is there forgiveness? And so I was constantly changing the play. Constantly I was thinking about how do I come in the paradise? Mm-hmm. Is it really true? And so God, he allowed me to seek and to seek. And my brother died. I went to America, played it in New York, in English. Mm-hmm. Constant changing it. Constant, oh my God, it's not. Because I also always asking, who is then the man of the light? Mm-hmm. Who is he then? This mysterious figure, is he really there? Who is he then? I asked with all the people I asked them, nobody knew. And then we went to France after New York. My brother died, he was buried, and I said when we buried him, I said, God has his soul. I used these words. He said, Jozef, God. Mm-hmm. And then in France, I had some new ideas, and I invented some new end. And this I wanted to play because I had, after my vacation, a big Belgian tour to all the cities in Belgium, starting in Antwerp and then Brussels and everywhere I was, because I had a big audience in Belgium. Mm-hmm. And then I was sitting in my dressing room and I wanted to write a letter. The letter I had already in my mind, how to write it, what to write, but I had still to write it because I had decided that with the text, the actor would find also a letter, a personal word. And I did not realize that with this, I changed to complete the whole play, because suddenly there came finally one word from him. He was always asking, hello, yes, Mr. Van Boven, Mr. Upstairs, Mr. How are you? and now I wrote, dear young man. It was 12 September, around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. 8 o'clock I had the performance. Mm-hmm. It was sold out. Very, very much tension, of course. In fact, you cannot do this so shortly. But I worked like this. It was all or nothing. I couldn't do otherwise. I had to do it. And I wrote, dear young man, now you ask me so many questions. May I now ask you one question? And then I wrote the question I had already in my mind. Why you cannot see that I cannot come? Because I am already there. And I wrote this I, this big capital, which in Holland means immediately God. I wrote not ik with a little letter, but with capital letter. It means God. So I accepted him in the play, in my life, maybe unconsciously, but at the same time I did it. Waarom zie je steeds maar niet dat ik niet komen kan? Omdat ik er al ben. And at that moment, when I was writing it, suddenly, out of nothing, suddenly I felt his love. I was, a love that is not of me, that I do not know, he touched me. So he connected himself with this question. He said, this is my question to you, Jozef. He used my theater to tell me that you are my theater. Incredible.
Yes.
So beautiful, so sweet, so very nice, so very humbly, that I was really, what is happening? Where are you? I looked if I could see him. But no, nothing. Only my dressing room, the mirrors. And from that moment on, I know by heart, but also by mind, God is really God. God is really God who creates. We are really His creation, and He loves us. So suddenly, I could understand that I was at the point of His pen, that He only had the pen, and we were all on the point of the pen. Yeah, writing the whole world with one pen. This was the experience. And from that moment on, yes, I know this. Not to say it by this big voice, but yes. And later, he followed. He followed. He did not kiss me one time and then he disappeared again and, oh, where are you, where are you? It also happens, and that also happened to me. Of course, I had also struggled, but from that moment on, God exists. I couldn't speak to nobody. I couldn't tell it, but I played that evening. I played one more time. I went through all kinds of experiences. And in fact, he explained to me through some things that happened, you cannot play it anymore. Because, not to tell you the whole situation, that is too much, but finally, at the end of the performance, I was indeed dressed again in the...
With wine?
With the coat and everything. Yes. I was standing before the curtains. They would open, but they didn't. I was really shocked. He really showed me, no, Jozef. That's not... Because I have to tell it now, I also had realized I have to give a sacrifice. So I had a scene before the curtains, before finding, to sacrifice everything. But I played it. It was the text falling into a trunk. That I played one time only. It was that evening, Tuesday, 12th September, and we had made the text heavy with lead, so it could only fall into the trunk because the trunk opened, and then I let the text fall into the trunk. We rehearsed this 11th September, the night before. It was not the 11th September, but it was 11th September. 11th September had still to come. But it was 11th September that this happened. I tried the text to fall into the trunk, but it fell beside the trunk. And then my technician, he said, Jozef, I thought of this. I bought lead. We can fix it, and then it will fall in the trunk. No other possibility, because it's too heavy. It can only fall into the trunk. Okay, we tried it. Okay, one more time. Yeah, okay, that's it. We do it tomorrow like this. And then I did it. I let the text fall. And just before it entered the trunk, suddenly it went away and fell beside the trunk. It was not possible.
Yes.
It was not possible, really. It fell down completely like a stone. And then suddenly somebody did like this. No.
Uh-oh.
So I saw from upside, no, Jozef, that's not a sacrifice. Not accepted.
Okay.
You understand? He teaches me, no, Jozef, not a sacrifice. He really helped me. Not a sacrifice. And then also the curtains didn't open. So he said, this is not the way you will see me again. You cannot play it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's 12 o'clock. And so I was shocked.
Yes.
I didn't know it was my last performance. 13 September I was free. 14 September, 15, 16, I had all other performances in the same theater.
Mm-hmm.
Also sold out, many people. And then 13 September, I said, my God, what did you do to me? Why you gave me this meeting? And then I thought maybe this meeting is the sign that it is now the right performance.
Mm-hmm.
But no, everything didn't work. And then I started slowly, and the most shock came 14 September that you cannot play it anymore. You cannot play me.
Mm.
I gave myself really to you, and now you try to play me in a play. So I started to think, my God, I know the sacrifice. My theater. My God. So it happened really like that. I have to stop. I have to stop all my theater. And so I realized more and more
Mm-hmm.
that I had to do that. And I did it. So the audience was already in the chairs and so. And my technician said, Jozef, what are we doing? I said, prepare everything as normal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. And then 7:45, I went to the room, to the theater. And I asked God for one more real, undeniable sign that I did not make mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
not to ruin my life, my family, my theater. And then I had a little Bible.
Mm-hmm.
It was always in my suitcase.
Mm-hmm.
I never read really in it. It was always there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I cleaned my suitcase so now and then, took out everything. With a brush, I cleaned it, then put everything in it, and also, the Bible, put it in it. So it was there. I had always a Bible. I took it with me upstairs to the room, to the theater. Then I asked God, in the dressing room, I said, I will go then up, and you have to give me really, 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 without any doubt, the sign that I really have to stop. And then I stood in the darkness because the people could not see me. There was a curtain. I could see them because they were in the light. I was only in the light of the mister up. And then I opened randomly the Bible. I heard the audience. This noise of the audience, like the sea. They were talking. And I was standing there. In the 12 chairs was an empty space. So 3, 3, 6. And there was an empty space. And there he always stand. Yeah, Mr. van Boven, do you know maybe and why he is not come? Like this. And now I was standing there with my Bible. I opened it. And then I read. And I read the words. So, go away from them. Go away out of their midst. Ga weg uit hun midden. Et scheid u af. Divorce you. Ga weg uit hun midden. Go away from them. And I will accept you. And I will be your father.
What's it?
So immediately my heart took all the strength that it needed. I put the Bible in my pocket. And I went before the curtains. People saw me. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? And then I explained that I would stop. And so it happened. They laughed. Because I was always a man also of jokes, not of this. They thought, okay, this is the story. But the actors say, I will not do anything. You can go home. That is the play.
Yes, that's part of the play.
Part of the play. So every time they started to laugh again. And then finally I used the word Christ. And then they understood. Uh-oh. And then became very silent. People cried. And I said, yes. I told them I have come near to reality. Ik ben genaderd tot een werkelijkheid that I cannot play anymore. And then I stopped. He said, you can have the money back. And then I turned. I said even goodbye, tot ziens. And then you can hear on a little tape in my feet walking away. And that was the end of the theater. But it was also 14 September, the day of the cross. I didn't know. I didn't know the day of the cross. I was Catholic and we never had something with the day of the cross. But already the orthodoxy was there. and so it started. So it stopped. The play of the young man stopped there. I cannot play it anymore. About Christ, you hear this. Because of him, I know this now. And for me, it's over. Such a talk. And then I was in my dressing room. My God, what did I do? So God can really go. He can really, that's not only with me, but all peoples. He has one-to-one relation.
Yes.
And for him it's not much. He is the wisdom. He is the knowledge. He is the life. So he needs not to do something because he is. That is, you cannot. We know something about bicycles because I studied bicycles and so on and so on. But he is the knowledge. So there is nothing he cannot know because he is. Yeah. This is the way you cannot understand, of course, but it is what Christ said. I am the truth. Yes. I cannot say I am the truth. I can maybe say I know the truth. But he is the truth. And that is he is the life. So the life has to become man, to make man alive again. It's really very, very, almost very logic. If you lose your life by Adam, who can give it back? Only he. So he has to become man, to become man, God man, to be able to give to his sacrifice, give us the life back again. And that's what we have in the church. Holy Communion, it's really the life. It's incredible.
Yes.
So, that is the one part of the story.
Yes.